Did you know that every year nearly 48 million Americans fall ill from food poisoning, and over 3,000 of them never recover? What's even more shocking is that a large number of these people are seniors. Why? Because as we age, our immune system naturally weakens, making it harder for our bodies to fight off dangerous bacteria. Now here's the real shocker. Many of these illnesses begin in a place you trust most, your own refrigerator. Yes, that same fridge meant to protect your food could actually be putting your health at risk. Recent research reveals that storing certain everyday foods in the fridge the wrong way can not only make them less nutritious, but could even cause them to turn dangerous, triggering harmful chemical changes that are especially risky for older adults. And here's the catch. Most people don't even realize they're making these mistakes. If you've ever tossed fruits, veggies, or pantry items into the fridge without giving it a second thought, you might be unknowingly increasing your risk of foodborne illness. In fact, the number one food on this list might be sitting in your fridge right now, losing its health benefits and possibly turning toxic. So stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to learn could protect your health or even save your life. Ready to take control? Let's begin. But first, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss out on simple, life-saving health tips made just for you. And if you're enjoying this so far, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I'm here to make this better for you. 3 foods you should never refrigerate. 1. Peanut butter. For many of us, peanut butter is more than a spread. It's comfort, a familiar taste from childhood that still brings warmth and nutrition in our golden years. But here's something few people know. Putting your peanut butter in the fridge is a big mistake. Cold temperatures can make peanut butter stiff and hard to spread, but that's not the worst part. For seniors, it may actually become harder to digest and lose some of its healthy fats and nutrients. And depending on the ingredients, refrigeration can even alter its natural oils, making it go rancid faster. So if you've been keeping your peanut butter in the fridge without thinking twice, it's time to stop. Your body deserves better, and this small change could help keep you safer and healthier. Putting peanut butter in the fridge might seem harmless, but it could be silently working against your health. At first, it just gets hard and stiff. The oils solidify, the texture thickens, and suddenly, spreading it on toast feels like a workout. For many older adults living with arthritis, weak grip strength, or hand pain, that's not just annoying, it's a real challenge. A once simple sandwich can now cause frustration, even discomfort. And sadly, that's just the beginning. What you can't see is even more concerning. Cold temperatures change the healthy fats in peanut butter, especially the ones that help balance your cholesterol and protect your heart. When you take it in and out of the fridge over and over, those fats begin to break down. This leads to oxidation, a fancy word but a dangerous process. Oxidation means your peanut butter could now be causing inflammation in your body instead of helping it. That's the last thing you need when trying to care for your heart. And here's something even more worrying. Over time, important nutrients like vitamin E begin to disappear. Vitamin E isn't just nice to have. It helps keep your brain sharp and your memory strong. Losing it slowly without knowing is like a quiet leak in something precious. You won't taste these changes. You might not even notice them right away. But every cold spoonful could be slowly undoing the support your body needs as it ages. And let's not forget, food isn't just food. It's comfort, it's routine, it's independence. When spreading peanut butter becomes difficult, or the taste changes and no longer brings joy, it's more than a hassle. It's a loss. The fridge was meant to preserve, but in this case, it might be taking more than it gives. You might be surprised. The answer is simple, but it can make a big difference. Just keep your peanut butter in a cool, dry pantry, tightly sealed and far away from heat or sunlight. That way, it stays creamy, easy to spread, and full of the nutrients your body needs. Your joints will thank you, and so will your heart. But here's where it gets interesting. If peanut butter, something so innocent, can hide risks, imagine what else might be sitting in your kitchen right now, quietly causing harm. There's one everyday ingredient that can spoil your meals, spread harmful bacteria, and even turn your fridge into a warning sign with its awful smell. Let's talk about onions. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, drop a number 1 in the comments below so I know you're here. Ready? Let's move on to point number 2. Onions, the silent guardians of your kitchen, or a hidden risk. Onions don't ask for much. They sit quietly in your kitchen, rarely the star of the show. Yet they build the very foundation of meals that bring warmth, comfort, and connection, especially for those of us who cherish the taste and tradition of home-cooked food. But here's something most people don't know. Storing whole onions in the refrigerator doesn't just change how they taste. It could be quietly harming your health. You see, onions were never meant for cold, damp places. That papery skin, it's nature's way of saying, keep me dry, keep me breathing. But in the fridge, that balance is lost. Moisture sneaks in, layers turn soft. Before you know it, that crisp, flavorful onion becomes mushy, musty, and even moldy. For older adults, especially those with delicate digestion or weakened immune systems, this isn't just a bad texture. It's a real risk. Hidden bacteria and mold can slip in, even through sealed containers. And the damage? It may not show up until it's already too late, but the danger doesn't stop there. Onions are packed with quercetin, a powerful natural compound known to reduce joint pain and protect the heart. Yet when onions sit in a cold fridge, that healing power quietly slips away. The nutrients fade, and what could have helped your arthritis or heart loses its strength before it even reaches your plate. And then comes the emotional cost, the one we rarely talk about. When trusted foods start to taste strange or behave differently, your kitchen may no longer feel like the safe, familiar place it once was. And in your golden years, when food is more than fuel, it's memory, tradition, medicine. That small shift can slowly chip away at confidence and peace. But here's the good news. You still hold the power. Whole onions belong in a cool, dark basket, not the fridge. Let them breathe. Keep them dry. Honor how they're made, and they'll return the favor with bold flavor and health-boosting benefits. But if you think onions are the only ones suffering in the cold, think again. There's a sweet, innocent fruit you probably ate today, one that begins to lose its nutrients the moment it touches the fridge shelf. Let's talk about bananas. Bananas. There's something comforting about bananas, isn't there? Soft, sweet, easy to digest. They're one of the first fruits we enjoy as kids and often one of the last we hold on to in our later years. For seniors, bananas are more than just a quick snack. They're a source of energy, potassium, and even comfort. But here's a hidden danger you might not know about. The simple habit of putting a banana in the fridge, done with the best intentions, can silently strip away all the benefits this fruit offers to aging bodies. At first glance, putting them in the fridge might seem harmless. After all, what's the worst that could happen, right? The peel just darkens. But here's what's really going on. The cold causes a reaction, a cold injury that halts the ripening process. Bananas are tropical fruits, not made to withstand the chill of a fridge. When exposed to cold, their natural enzymes shut down, and instead of turning sweet and soft, the starches stay firm and flavorless. The banana may look fine on the outside, but inside it's a different story. Firm, flavorless, and stale. And here's the worst part. It's not just about taste. You're losing nutrients, especially dopamine and catechins, powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and keep your brain sharp. For seniors, these compounds are vital. They support emotional balance, protect your brain from decline, and fight off harmful stress on your cells. Once the banana is chilled, though, these benefits vanish, quietly and irreversibly. So what's the real cost of refrigerating bananas? You're not just losing flavor, you're losing their purpose. What was once a fruit that nourished your heart and brain becomes a sad, mushy shadow of what it should be. And worse, Overripe bananas in the fridge can start to harbor moisture under the peel, leading to mold near the stem. This may seem small, but for seniors with weakened immune systems, it's a serious health risk you should be aware of. The consequences, not worth the risk. It's not just about what's on your plate, it's about trust. As the years go by, every meal becomes more important. Every bite should support your strength, your clarity, your very longevity. But even something as simple as a banana can let you down if you don't understand its needs. The good news? The answer is as natural as the fruit itself. Keep bananas at room temperature, on a hook or in an open bowl where air flows around them. If they ripen too fast, peel them and freeze them for smoothies or baking. But be careful. Don't let the cold steal their goodness, and don't let it rob you of the benefits they offer. Now we've seen how small storage mistakes can slowly chip away at your well-being. But let's talk about something even more serious. Foods that must be kept cold, or they could turn dangerous in ways you may never expect. Don't look away because these next few could be life-saving. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, comment number 1 below. Let me know you're here, and then let's dive into point number 4. 3 foods you must keep cold or risk serious health consequences. Cooked meats and leftovers. There's something special about a home-cooked meal, right? The smell, the warmth, the comfort of knowing exactly what's on your plate. For many of us, leftovers are more than just a time saver. They're a way to hold on to those flavors of home, stay independent in the kitchen, and make our food stretch. But here's the thing. Those leftovers can quickly turn from comfort to danger if not stored properly. And for seniors, the stakes are even higher. What most people don't realize is that even after food is cooked, the danger doesn't disappear. In fact, it gets stronger. As soon as that meat cools down, bacteria like Listeria, Clostridium perfringens, and Salmonella begin to multiply. And guess what? They multiply faster in older adults, whose immune systems aren't as strong as they used to be. While younger folks might bounce back with a bit of discomfort, seniors can end up in the hospital, suffering from severe dehydration or even worse. It only takes 2 hours at room temperature for bacteria to multiply to dangerous levels. And these bacteria don't change the way your food looks or smells, so you won't know they're there until your body starts to pay the price. For seniors, food poisoning often doesn't come with the usual stomachache. Instead, it can show up as confusion, dizziness, or a low-grade fever, symptoms that could easily be mistaken for something else. Left untreated, those little bacteria can trigger systemic inflammation, worsen conditions like arthritis, or even put extra strain on your heart and kidneys, which are already vulnerable. It's not about fear, it's about being smart. Refrigeration is your best friend. A simple container, a quick move to the fridge, and keeping an eye on how long those leftovers have been out can be the difference between enjoying a second meal and a trip to the ER. Here's the rule. If you're not eating it right now, cool it down and get it into the fridge fast. And don't forget to mark the date. 3 to 4 days is the sweet spot for leftovers. After that, the risk is too great, even if it looks fine. But cooked meats and leftovers aren't the only foods that can turn harmful. There's another everyday food that can spoil faster than you think. And when it does, the effects can be even worse than just a tummy ache. Ready for the next one? Let's talk about dairy. If you're still with me, drop a 2 in the comments to let me know you're listening. Now let's dive into the next one. Dairy products, a hidden risk you need to know about. There's something comforting about dairy. A cold glass of milk in the morning, a slice of cheese with your snack, or a spoonful of yogurt to ease your stomach. These familiar routines bring back memories, often from childhood, and are a part of many seniors' daily life. But here's the thing. Behind that smooth, creamy texture is a silent danger. If dairy isn't kept cold, the consequences can be serious. And yes, we're talking about risks that could even be life-threatening. Milk, cheese, yogurt. These are all packed with nutrients like protein, calcium, and vitamins B, 12, and D. As we age, these are more important than ever. But here's the catch. Those same nutrients also make dairy the perfect breeding ground for harmful bacteria if it's not stored correctly. For seniors, this risk is even higher. As we get older, our stomachs produce less acid, our immune systems don't work as well, and we become more vulnerable to bacteria. Something that might only cause a mild upset stomach in a younger person could quickly turn into a severe foodborne illness, hospital visits, or worse. When dairy is left out, even for just a few hours, it starts to change. The bacteria multiply without you even noticing. No smell, no visible sign. But don't be fooled. They're there, silently working against you. And it's not just about spoiled taste. It could lead to uncomfortable digestive issues, painful joint flare-ups, or worse, widespread inflammation. If you're already dealing with conditions like arthritis or heart problems, spoiled dairy can push your body past its breaking point. Now imagine what could happen when dairy isn't stored properly. Dehydration from vomiting, joint pain that lasts longer than it should, or unshakable fatigue. It's not just spoiled food. It's your energy, your peace, your comfort, all slipping away from a simple mistake. The good news? It's simple to protect yourself. Refrigerate dairy immediately after use. Make sure your fridge stays below 40 degrees Fahrenheit and store items in airtight containers. Respect expiration dates and never gamble with your health. Remember, recovery from foodborne illness can take longer and the effects can linger far beyond the discomfort of a bad meal. But wait, there's more. What if we told you that another essential food you rely on for health and vitality could also lose its power if it's not kept cold? One you might never expect to have these risks. Let's talk about leafy greens. Leafy greens. They may look delicate, but don't let their soft appearance fool you. Leafy greens are a powerhouse of nutrition, especially for those of us in our golden years. A handful of spinach in your morning omelet, a crisp salad for lunch, or sauté kale for dinner. These simple greens are packed with nutrients that boost memory, bone strength, circulation, and even your mood. But here's the catch. They're fragile. And if you're not storing them correctly, you're missing out on all they offer. Once picked, leafy greens start to break down fast, quicker than you might think. Unlike sturdy root vegetables or long-lasting pantry items, these leaves need cool temperatures to stay fresh. Leave them out at room temperature for just a few hours, and they begin to wilt. But more dangerously, they begin to lose critical nutrients like folate, vitamin K, and lutein, all nutrients vital to your cognitive health, eye function, and heart health. What's even worse, as these leaves soften and moisture builds up, they become breeding grounds for harmful bacteria. A damp spot or wilted edge might not look like much, but hidden in those folds are dangerous bacteria like E. coli and Listeria. Bacteria that can cause severe outbreaks when greens aren't stored properly. And if you ignore proper storage, you're not just risking a soggy salad. You're putting yourself at risk for bacterial infections that could cause long-term digestive distress, increase joint inflammation, and trigger dehydration, all more dangerous for an aging body. Worse, you're missing the chance to nourish your brain with folate, strengthen your bones with vitamin K, and protect your heart with antioxidants. It's a quiet loss, one that creeps in and often goes unnoticed until it's too late. But the good news? You have the power to protect yourself. Store your greens in the crisper drawer, gently wrapped in a paper towel to soak up excess moisture, and keep them in breathable bags or containers. The goal isn't just to make them last longer, it's to preserve the vital power they carry. As we wrap up this lesson on food storage, it's time to ask yourself, how many of the choices we make in the kitchen are just out of habit, and how many are out of understanding? Every food you store is a decision that can either strengthen or weaken your aging body. Let's take a closer look at the impact of those small decisions. Your fridge, your health. Make it work for you. Because as we've seen today, not everything belongs in the fridge. Some foods lose their nutrition, some breed harmful bacteria, and some even turn toxic. For seniors, these little decisions aren't just habits. They directly affect your health, your energy, and your quality of life. It may seem small to leave a banana on the counter or put your onions in a dry pantry. But when you step back and see the bigger picture, these simple changes can help you protect your digestive health, reduce inflammation, boost your immune system, and even make your medications more effective. And isn't that what we all want as we age? Not just to live longer, but to live better. As we get older, we start to notice something. Our bodies start sending us quiet signals. Maybe it's an ache here, some fatigue there, or a stomach that doesn't feel quite right. These aren't just random things. No, these are messages from your body, often pointing right back to what you're eating and how you store that food. And while your fridge isn't your enemy, using it the wrong way could be slowly working against your health without you even realizing it. Now, don't worry, this isn't about scaring you. It's about waking up, taking control of the small things that really matter. A healthy kitchen doesn't need fancy gadgets or expensive diets. It starts with understanding which foods belong in the fridge and which ones don't. Here's a little advice, straight from one senior to another. Take a moment this week to reorganize your fridge and pantry. No need to do it all at once, just tackle it a little at a time. Start by labeling and dating your leftovers. Give yourself peace of mind knowing exactly what you've got. And keep a simple list of foods that should never be refrigerated, taped right on your fridge door. Make it visible. Small reminders can make a big difference. But here's the best part. Share this wisdom with others. A friend, a neighbor, maybe your kids or grandkids. This isn't just for you. It's a small act of care that could help someone else avoid discomfort or illness. We've all made kitchen mistakes, haven't we? I know I have. But here's the good news. It's never too late to change a habit, learn something new, or take better care of yourself. Your body, your health, and your time are worth protecting. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this helpful, share it with someone you care about. It could be exactly what they need to hear today. Until next time, take care of your food and it will take care of you. These lessons are here to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support one another on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means the world to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your terms.